Yeah.
All right, what's up, family?
What up, Dr. Please.
Yes, sir.
Just so you know, we're already hot on
Everybody
YouTube,
hot?
buddy.
All right, you should be hot on YouTube.
Yes, sir. We're already squared away with that, buddy.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and record. Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, y'all? All right. Let's get it rocking. Let's get it cranking.
Hey, Mina, I told you he's all toasty and brown.
Like I just got out the oven, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Boy.
Yeah,
That's from being down there on the equator. The equator.
All right, I want to
You
welcome
know.
everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wednesday. This is your
That's what's up. What's up?
energy during the hump days. Hopefully everybody's doing well.
Yeah, buddy.
Everybody looking good. Bring that good energy. We say, come on over to the tree.
To the tree. Come to the tree.
About what's going on. Big B, we're gonna let everybody in. Everybody's still piling in. Come on in. Tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I know that's what's up.
Going down, Big B. We're gonna start on up, all right?
Yes, sir, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Yes, sir.
All right, family. Let me come off the sharing here. And we should be live, Big B. And
Yes, sir.
Are we live?
Yes, sir. You're
Yes,
live
we are.
both places.
All right, good.
YouTube
Sounds
is
good.
flying. We're ready to go.
All right. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Let me bring my screens around. We let some more folks in. Welcome to the family tree. This is the place where we get the holistic health for the week. And we say, this is the place where we gather around to say, for the family, we recognize the ancient laurel tree custom. That's the ancient laurel trees where our families got around. Big B.
Yes, sir,
We
buddy.
said those trees were places where we got together, networked, talked about what was going on in the world,
Well,
things, problems, solve solutions, all those things. Network just to stay in community connection with each other. So with that thing, we say this is your place for holistic health and all that's going on with you. We say this is your social security. You got to say it slow, family. What is it?
social security.
Security. Not a check.
Social.
Social security is your family. How about that? So no other better place than to be with your family. You have conversation, anything connecting with your problems. Guess what? You're going to find it around the tree. If you'd like to join our conversation, we say chime in. You can look down at your very bottom down there to the reaction bar. See a little reaction bar? Click on the reaction bar and you can join the conversation this evening. And you'll go up in queue like Big B up there and the Big B. Raise your hand, Big B. I see you, buddy.
Hey.
And with that, we'll try to answer your question. And if you're someone that says, well, hey, you know what? I might not want to get on, view, because, I look too good tonight. So I might not want to get on. But, hey, you got a question? You can put it in the chat box.
That's
Put it
right.
down
That's
in the
right.
chat box. And then Prophetess, I don't know if Prophetess in here today. Is she
I
in
haven't
tonight?
seen it yet, but
You
I'm
haven't
sure
seen
she's
it
probably
yet.
back to the
But
back. She
either
may be in the back.
Prophetess or Big B will pull your question out of the chat room and we'll try to answer it. If we don't know the question, we'll try to get back to you. And we'll try to get back to you if we can't get to everybody, but we'll do our very best. All right. I want to say to everyone, it's good to be back in the saddle. That it's the family tree, place where we can make it happen. If you're someone if there's someone that may be calling in and you've been calling by phone and you missed the prompt where it says to actually raise your hand, no worries. Just let us know you're calling by phone and we'll try to get to you. All right. So
Yes,
we're
sir.
going to get started, but I got to give my host with the most, Big B.
Man, big up,
one
yeah,
L
buddy.
Morgan.
Yeah,
a
per,
hand.
yeah,
Let's
per,
give him a
yeah,
hand, y'all.
buddy. What is it? What's up? Yep.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey,
there,
man, look, look. Even when, and all the little bit of, shall I say, wet sunshine we had over here today, it's still a great day. Still a great day. And listen, without that, we won't have no grass. So, you know,
That's right.
and by the way, our yellow flowers are already growing over here in Jersey, man. Can you believe that?
You know what? They're budding. My trees about my magnolia tree
Yeah,
is budding.
yeah, man. Yeah,
I
buddy.
got an oak tree out in the front. It's budding. I say you, the tree said, "Hey, we ain't waiting for y'all."
I know that's right. So,
That's
y'all,
right.
he said, y'all can act crazy if you want it, but I know when it's time to come out.
That's
Daddy
right.
said,
That's
this
right.
is
That's
time.
right.
I'm glad to see everybody, man.
So, Big B, tell us what's going on, buddy, with our numbers, our favorite numbers from our websites,
Hey,
and what's
hey,
going on.
everybody, listen, from Dr. Poe's favorite website, worldometer.com.
That's right.
I can't help myself on worldometer.com. But see, I keep messing with it because, you know, in the broadcast business, it's called worldometers. But that's all right. We still love it. Anyhow.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
All right, guys, from the coronavirus cases right now by country, we have a total of 703,955,453. Deaths, 7,004,354. Recovered, guys, how about this? 674,896,751. Now we've got active and closed cases. Active cases at 22,054,348. Closed cases, 681,901, 681 million, sorry about that, 901,105. Hey, mental health month, guys.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yes,
right. So
that's
that's
the
where we
mental
are,
health.
guys.
Yes, that's a mental health moment. There,
Yes,
buddy.
sir. Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
they're saying that it's a lot milder than it was last year, of course. Also the cold and the flu is, there's some remnants of the measles going around, and it just lifted in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, but also in other places. Everything is mild. I think people are really knowing how to really take care of themselves. A lot of people are doing things outside the box.
Yeah.
One of the things that a lot of people do, a lot of vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, all these things that build the system. I think everyone has something else that they're doing outside of the box, Big B.
Yes, yes.
So I would think that it makes a difference, and people start to eat right too. People say, you know what, maybe I gotta leave this junk alone.
They've been watching the Family Tree or listening to the Green Owl. That's what it is.
Green Owl. That's right. All right, we're gonna get started, but I always start off with my favorite. Favorite segment is always that a part of teaching and understanding and learning and transformation of the renewing of the mind is what I say. Starts with you looking at different perspectives. Testimony goes a long way. And those that know that I talk about testimonies, because when you're in the thick of it, when people come to my table and we're sitting at the front line, some of the things that people need when they really realize what I need to do I have the strength to make it happen?
Right.
Do I have the ability to turn it around? Well, guess what? A lot of that comes from a testimony, learning from someone else's history or their story, or his story or her story,
right,
that could help them in their journey. So sometimes people are going into the storm. Some people are already in the storm. Some people coming out of a storm. All that really matters. So we appreciate you. We encourage you to tell your story. We want you to be able to be witness to a breakthrough. So with that happens, sometimes you got to hear somebody else's story, Big B.
I know that's right, buddy.
When that story comes across, people say, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it.
I know that's right.
That's where the encouragement happens in that midnight hour. So I want to open the floor right now for anyone who has a testimony or something that's come across their heart. Doesn't have to be something that you got here. It could have been something.
I
have a testimony.
Yeah. Boy, they lining up already.
That's right. We got tomorrow. Tomorrow we got, and then we got Mark down there. Anybody else?
All right, we got Kamara.
Yep. Yes. Hi, family. Hi, Dr. Paul. Welcome back from Accra.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Kwaba. Yes.
So, year 2, going for my annual eye checkup. This is the second time that I've been told that the mild cataract that I have on my left eye has not changed, meaning it hasn't increased. It hasn't gotten worse. And I attribute that to Dr. Christopher's eye bright formula
All right, all right,
and
all
the
right.
eye wash.
Mm.
And so I'm able to function. There's no evidence at all for it needing to be removed. It's so mild and it just has maintained.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
I'm celebrating that.
All right, let's come off the mute, y'all. That is
That's
excellent.
what's up.
That's a testimony.
That's right. That's what's up, Dr. V.
Congratulations, Tamara.
Everybody come off mute. Let's give her a hand.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Gotta be consistent with it. Gotta be consistent, but it's obviously paying off.
Yes, yes.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
And you know, it's interesting when you go to the eye doctor or any doctor, then they're kind of already expecting things to be going downhill. So they sit
Yeah.
there and go, okay, well,
Yeah,
we'll see
don't,
where
don't they?
And then
Don't
when
they?
it don't change or they get better, they're like, well, what you doing? What you doing?
Isn't that the
So,
truth?
We
As
gotta.
a matter of fact, that's what the practitioner said. She said, whatever you're doing, keep it up. So I said,
Mhm,
thank you
mhm.
very
Right.
much.
All
Mhm.
right, Kamara, you are to be congratulated and keep up the good work. All right, great testimony. All right, who's next? That was Mark.
The Mark, yes, Big Mark.
Mark, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, Dr. Paul?
Man, every
Big
time I see you, man, you running across the floor somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
and everybody on air. How's everybody doing? I
Doing
pray
good,
everybody
buddy.
have a blessed day. First,
Good.
giving honor to God for giving me the strength to be here. I've been through a lot. I've been through MS and multiple others. I got hit by a hardball. Oh my God! But anyway,
Take your time,
back
buddy.
in
Take your time. Go
November,
ahead. Mhm.
in
Yeah.
November, last part of November, you wouldn't believe this. I'm sitting in my chair, watching watching TV. It wasn't a Chiefs game, but I was watching TV. Congratulations to the Chiefs dynasty, baby. But anyway,
Why do this? Just
I-
look at it.
I
I
was sitting
won't
there
get mad
chilling.
this week.
I ain't gonna mad this week.
I was sitting there, check it out. I was sitting there chilling. It was kind of cold in my house. I turned the heat up and I had a hoodie on and sitting there watching TV and eating at the same time. And after I got finished eating, I was still chilling. I got tired. I fell asleep.
Mhm.
Lo and behold, when I woke up, everything was dark. I could not see. I was so scared, and I'm sitting in my daggone household trying to do this. But at the same time, make a story short, I was poor. I restored my eyesight 85%.
Mm.
You can imagine what I went through with no eyesight. I planned a trip, and I blame myself for doing that. I went out there in the cold, in the suburbs, and it was so cold out there, I had to get out of there. It was an emergency. I even told it was 3 trips from Uber. They didn't make it. I don't know what happened. I told the other driver, I said, look, if you don't come pick me up, and if I die, it's going to be on the hands of all 3 of y'all for failing not to come pick me up. And finally, God, I prayed, but anyway, I made it out. I made out with that too. But it was also craziness trying to get home. Let me say this. Now, if I wouldn't have left, or if I wouldn't have caught that bus at 6:30, there was other buses, rest of the trips 4 going to New York and then coming back and bringing me home. I would have died. Seriously. That's how bad it was. And I just thank God he stepped up to the plate and got me out of that situation. Now, during that time, I'm sitting there. I needed a back massage. That didn't even happen. So going through so much, my body was so out of control. I missed 3 sessions of Dr. Lenny for adjustment. And I was pissed. I was going through so much and I couldn't imagine I did all that. But I was sitting in my chair, just going through changes, losing weight, this, that, and the third. And then Aisha, I forgot her last name. Aisha called me because we talked before.
Warren.
Okay, there you are. And I was sitting there chilling, and she called, and she's like, "Mark," I said, "Yeah." I haven't talked to her in a while. She said she can do this and do that, blah blah blah. So she said, "Well, how you feel?" I said, "I'm not doing too well. I'm losing weight, and I'm really what word I can use? I was burnt out from exercising. I was ready just like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do here." But when she called, thank God, this lady built my spirits back up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And then myself kicked in. I'm like, "Mark, what are you doing?" I did that cartoon thing. I turned, and I told her, I said, "Thank you for doing that, Aisha." She cooked some food for me. Oh my God, she just turned things around for me. And guess what? I got myself back together again. My walk even increased. Okay. When this is how I got myself out of my situation. When something get on my nerves, when something just anything, what I do, whatever was hurting me at the time, I concentrate on that and get rid of my pain. I have a muscle gun. I know how to use it. And when I do use it, God makes miracles. Also, when I'm going through something, God might put in my ear of some type of exercise that will be beneficial for me to get better. And that's how I was able to get myself back to where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then the green drink, Dr. Paul, that's a miracle worker. That turned my body. Oh, check this out. Now, Thanksgiving is the first time that I was around all my family. Look, all my family members, except for one time they had a funeral. About a week later, 2 weeks later, that's when the Thanksgiving dinner happened. And I told myself, I said, "Mark," and I was so bad, I couldn't even do nothing, y'all, because I exercised myself so much. So what had happened when I had, during that funeral, I was just done. Everybody's like, "Dang, you all right? You all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm cool." So I told myself that Thanksgiving, I'm gonna get myself back together again. I'm gonna get this green drink. I'm gonna get myself. Look, that's what I did. So when the Thanksgiving dinner, I was bouncing around doing things. I had so much energy. And I think I told you that, Dr. Paul. I was running around, bouncing around. I'm like, and people were so amazed. So what I was going to do, I was going to do a presentation of this green drink.
Yeah.
But what had happened, that house was so hot and I can't deal with heat. And that was the time when my lights went out. You know what I mean? And I didn't want that to happen no more. And then they couldn't turn the heat down for some odd reason. So I couldn't even do the presentation because every time I go in the house, it gets hot. I had to bounce out to get cold. You know what I mean? That's how my body goes. I had been messed. So now I produced these 2 walks. And I think you might have seen that, Dr. Paul.
Yep. We've been
The
watching.
next walk that I'll do is going to be normal. I guarantee you that. That's
All
how
right.
hard
All right,
I'm
man.
working.
All right, Mark, we got to
That's
move
how
on to the
hard I'm
next
working.
person, but I want everybody to give Mark a hand here. Give
That's
Mark
right.
a
That's
hand,
right.
Mark.
That's right.
Everybody come off mute.
Yes,
Mark,
sir.
don't
Yes, sir.
interrupt everybody.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, Mark.
Yeah, you
Dr. Paul.
Congratulations, Mark.
Mark, better
If-
stay away from not eating all those donuts.
Oh no, I don't do donuts.
I
Dr.
caught
Paul,
him
what,
at Thanksgiving. Dr. Paul, I caught him at Thanksgiving. He was up there and he was digging in those donuts. I said, I'm telling Dr. Paul.
Oh, no, you
He got caught. So
You did, bro.
don't tell on it, Queen.
don't Don't tell him.
Let that be your secret.
He's not
No,
that
he's eating a lot
donut.
better now.
My
All
God.
right,
Oh,
all
my
right.
goodness.
God. No, 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 no,
All right,
no.
Mark.
Hey, Mark,
I know
but that's family.
I know people
Mark, he was
cheated
going like
before.
this, Big B. He was going like this.
Look at him. Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Paul, do me a favor. When I do that walk, I want you to post it here on Zoom.
Okay, we will do. We'll keep up
Yeah.
posted.
All
Thank you,
right,
Mark.
all
I
right,
appreciate
all right,
you,
buddy.
man.
Appreciate
Thank you for
that,
the
Mark.
testimony, man.
Yes, sir,
All right,
man.
let's see. Anybody else that we have?
Anybody else?
Before we get started.
With the testimony.
Mhm.
Anyone?
Anybody else?
Going
Anybody
once?
else?
Yeah,
Going
I'd like to
once?
give a testimony.
Hey, there she is,
Hi,
Dr.
welcome
Eloise. What's up? How you doing?
Welcome back.
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and it's just so heartwarming to see all of you and to hear all your testimonies and questions and talks and everything. I just absolutely love my people. I really do, and I love this,
Yes.
that you're doing here. So
Yes.
I always say that, but it's coming from the heart. I just have a testimony because I've been working very hard.
Mhm.
And just like Mark said, that natural green balance keeps me going. It
Mm.
really, really does. I can tell when I don't use it. I'm like, I'm getting tired, I'm moving slower, and that's right. I didn't make my drink today. And so I make sure I have it. Plus, I've been telling a lot of my clients about it, and they're loving it too. They
Mm.
really are. And some of them have come on here, I believe, because they've talked about it.
Mhm.
But that is a phenomenal drink. Everybody should be using it.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr.
Yeah.
Eloise, our favorite acupuncturist and
Thank
Reiki expert master. She will put it on you, y'all. Let me tell you. Now, Dr. Eloise, I want to first say, everybody come off mute, give her a hand. She's doing
That's
great
right. That's
things.
right.
She needs a well
Got-
warm.
Gotta keep the family going.
Yes.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Keep it up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you for sharing
Each one
that.
teach one, each one reach one.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's
That's
right.
I
exactly
want to
right.
share, can I share one more thing?
Sure.
Yes. You have a number. You have a new number or something that you want to give us?
No, I don't. My son came over here and did something to my computer, so it's all.
That's right. That's all. You tell him we forgive him.
You need my number. It's the same number, 267-240-5109. I'll put it in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you so much. All
Yeah, but
right.
I was working on someone who lost a lot of their hair right in the top. It was a woman, a female. And I've dealt with a lot of women with alopecia, but they don't come that often. Well, this woman, I saw her about 4 times and, about 3 times. Last week when I saw her, and she had a bald spot up here. Last week when I saw her, I was actually looking for the bald spot and I said, oh my goodness, this
Mm.
is working. So I put acupuncture needles in the top of her head and I've been doing it, about 3 weeks. And you
All
could
right.
actually see where the hair is actually. It's
Oh,
not
that's
falling.
Dr. Eloise, can I
awesome,
commit my
Dr.
head to
Eloise.
your hands?
I don't know how it's going to happen to everybody, but I have one person that I can say it really did work.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring my head to you for about 5 sessions.
Sure, you can. You can. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't guarantee it.
Hey, Bill,
will
it's
never be
hope.
the same.
There's hope, Bill. There's hope.
Ain't nothing
But
gonna
it is
happen.
some hope.
Hallelujah is all I gotta say. All right.
Thank you, Dr. Eloise. We
Thank
appreciate you
you.
so much. And
Thank
thank you so much for your great work for the community that you're doing and for the outreach for our people. You're really an incredible
Indeed.
inspiration for us
Oh,
all.
thank
So we
you.
appreciate you
Thank you.
and continue to support her. Give that number out one more time so that people that are listening by maybe phone, so if they can't see the chat box, give them your number one more time. Mhm.
Okay, you can reach me at 267-240-5109.
Okay, there you go. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. And we're going to move forward and let's see, who do we have? Big B. I think that's it for the testimony.
Yes, that's
There's
it.
someone
I
else in
guess that's it for
testimony?
the testimony.
Okay, so
We
let's
up-
go to the top. Or
Yes,
you have
sir.
the chat box?
Kathleen
Where you wanna start
Jackson.
with?
Chat Kathleen Jackson. I don't see, there was only like one question on the chat right off the bat. But
Mhm.
let me get this one and then we'll go to Kathleen.
Mhm.
So Cheryl says, I'm wanting to garden this spring and I live in Delaware. What are the best seeds to plant for indoors? It can be flowers or vegetables. Where can I find good watermelon seeds to grow?
You want to get heirloom seeds. There's a lot of different places that you can get right online. I would say go to Google and punch in heirloom seeds.
That's
Okay.
HEIR family, HEIROOMS.
Yep, seeds, and these are non-genetically modified seeds. And make sure that you're also getting non-genetically modified soils. Got it? So you want both. Usually, if you order the seeds from whatever location you get it from, they can also make a recommendation on soil. I have not seen someone that does that sells seeds that doesn't recommend the soil also. Okay, there's a lot of things that you can also do with that. I'm going to bring my cousin on, Charles Phillips, Chuck Phillips, we call him. He sings with me all the time. My cousin, and he actually does seeds all the time. He purchases seeds, and maybe we can do like a little one-on-one with him on timing for seeds and when to plant. I do plan on doing a set also with El Hagan. So we're going to be doing that probably next week. We're going to be doing a session with El Hagan. El Hagan also takes us through, and we talk about the seasons and the times and seasons to plant things. I can throw a little sort of disclaimer in there. We're having strange weather right now. Y'all.
Amen.
Y'all already know it. And even the plants are sort of out of balance because as we were talking when we first started off, I have plants and, my trees in the back are all budding right now. And usually that doesn't happen till around April, sometime first week in April, or they usually come out in April. So it's the end of March, maybe, but it's starting to happen a little earlier. So with that, there's some things that we can do to help to preserve those things indoor to train them. So I want to bring someone on to do that, but go to Heirloom Fruits and Vegetables. You can go to several different websites. There's a ton of them out there. Just to give you an idea, there's one called Liquid Dirt. Oh, Liquid Dirt. And these are packs of seeds, and they come in with somewhere in the neighborhood of 7,000 to 12,000 different types of seeds. And these are heirlooms. So it may cost you about maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of about less than $100, but you can get a ton of seeds just by doing that. So this one is called Liquid Dirt. That's LIQUI-dirt.com. Got it? And I do have a number for them also. That number is 385-296-1684. Okay, that's one of the sites that, we look at it non-hybrid, no chemicals, no GMOs. They also have the survival garden seed banks, the ones that actually we talked about. They call it crisis acres, where you can actually put together a sort of a crisis acre and keep that in case something happens. But they have everything from the tomatoes, zucchini, spinach, pumpkin, peas, radish, broccoli, cabbage, Swiss chard, all of those, plus the herbs, which would be like the dill, the chamomile, fennel, parsley, sage, thyme. Just reading some of the top ones off of there. So Big B, we can put that in maybe the chat. Let me see if I can put it in the chat. I'm gonna see if I can put that in the chat for everybody, that you can take a look at that. That's one of the sites. I'm just picking off one of many that are, your keywords are organic, non-genetically modified, no hybrids, non-hybrids too, because they go on hybridization. So all of that, include that, and I'm going to put that in the chat. How about that? All right.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Love to have that.
All righty.
All right.
Put that in here. I'm gonna put that in the chat, buddy.
All right, man.
everyone. Yeah, next question. What do you have there, Big B?
All right, there was one other one here. Let me see, Dr. P. My hair fell out. This is for my hair fell out off of my lower legs. What can I take?
The hair fell off the lower
Off
legs.
the lower legs, yes,
Yeah, whenever you start to see things like that, that's circulation.
Mm-hmm.
Start to look in. I would have to probe for more questioning on that one.
Okay.
Any tingling in the feet, things like that. Any blotches on the skin, lymphatic sense.
Farah, you on? You want to give a little bit more information on that? Okay.
Mhm. Anything? She's still in there?
I
Okay.
don't know. Let
Maybe
me
she's
see.
by phone or.
Yeah, could be. Could
Okay.
be.
Okay.
All
But
right.
yes, but just keep in mind, when you're talking about hair, remember hair is going to fall out when there's lack of circulation. So
Mhm.
that also is a sign. We say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. So lack of circulation comes from lack of copper in the system. So sometimes you can add a little bit of the chelated copper. Okay, the chelated copper we talk about a lot. Or you can get herbs that actually stimulate the circulation, which would be things like horse chestnut, things like butcher's broom,
Mm-hmm.
things like celery, things like parsley, things like asparagus. All of those fall in the line of circulation.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Okay, Barbara, the last one. Barbara says, my doctor wants me to take 3,000 milligrams of, hold on one second, of vitamin D. Can you suggest a good brand or something natural?
Yeah, whenever you're doing vitamin D, this time of the year, I would recommend, it's always vitamin D is based off of season.
Mhm.
Okay, the season we're in. Remember when we say fall and winter is 10,000 IUs. That's international units. Got it? IUs. Spring and summer is going to be 5,000 because you're not getting as much. Of course, you're getting a lot more sun during the summer, spring and summer times.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is what type of vitamin D. We say vitamin D3, just make sure that it is the right vitamin D3. If you're vitamin D3, some people, if you're having issues with the liver, you may not want to do that one. A lot of people have a congestion with the liver, so it's going to be hard to break that down because vitamin D3 utilizes the oils. They use the lavender oil or the lanolin, and not only with the lavender, but they use essential oils. So sometimes people who have liver issues, that may not be for you. So you want the vitamin D2, which is the ergocalciferol. Got it? Ergocalciferol. That one is plant-based vitamin D. Now that one is easily absorbable. You can get straight ergocalciferol if you want to. It'll be named. You Google ergocalciferol, it will pull up, and that is a good thing. Now, for all of the vitamin D2 or D3, I do recommend taking boron. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Boron actually helps with your body's ability to adapt, and like a catalyst, delivers it to your system safely and more effectively. So boron, sometimes you can get a chelated boron. So BORON, added with vitamin D. So this is the perfect time to take it right now. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, Dr. P, we'll go up and do two up in the inside here, then we'll come back with a few more questions on the side. Kathleen.
So one question, Dr. Paul, you take the boron daily with the vitamin D?
Whenever you take the vitamin D, that's correct.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you can take now, some of the better ones would be the liquid ones. I tend to see the liquid vitamin D better. You just drop it under the tongue. Some of them you have, Blue Bonnet is a company that has the drops, and it's 5,000 IUs per drop. So that's the one that I would find would be very effective. Yeah. But you can also add it right to your green drink. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Bianca. All right, Kathleen, then Kamara, then we'll do a couple more questions on the side. Kathleen, you're there.
Yes, I am. Hello,
All right.
everyone. Hi, Dr. Paul. Hi,
Hey,
Didi.
Kathleen,
Yes,
what's
yes,
going
yes.
on? What's going on?
Not a whole lot. So, I guess I'm circling back again. So, my main issue is my knee. And so needing possibly a knee replacement. But I'm just trying to hold off as long as I can and do what I can. And thank God for your green drink and everything that you tell me when I come to see you. So I'm, still very successful with my little goals, like losing the weight and I'm in the gym 5 days a week now was my New Year's resolution. So someone had told me the other day, let me get my paper, Native Paths Colleges Peptides. I'm just trying, I know you said herbs are not really going to, like, you could be so far gone that the herbs won't, be able to cure that or fix that, regenerate or anything in there.
Mhm.
But it's just really going to be really preventative. But I guess I'm searching, I don't know why, for something to keep me from having to have a knee replacement. Have you ever heard of that?
Yep. Any of the
Yeah.
peptides. Yep. So here's what you got to do. Okay. Now, the collagen peptides usually, in most cases, come from bovine. So that's a big red flag for us. So
Okay.
your key is, my question is always going to be to you, what? You know what that question is going to be. What's your pH? Got it?
Mm-hmm.
What is your pH? Because whenever you know your pH is off, it's going after your cartilage. It's going after your joints, your ligaments, connective tissue.
Okay.
Any of the bursa, which is the pads. So it's going to go after that. So what you have to do is you got to maintain that proper pH first. That's your main goal. Get one goal at a time.
Okay.
Get that first. You
Okay.
can always grab with fatty acids. I always say go to those that actually deal with plant-based fatty acids. That would be the sea buckthorn. Remember we talked about the sea buckthorn. You also have hemp seeds. You have fennel seeds. You have all these which are plant-based fatty acids. My highest would be sea buckthorn though. That along with balancing your pH, you're taking the green drink, that's your key right there. Regeneration of cartilage happens when you give the body what it needs to regenerate. So that's why that can be a great source for you to regenerate, okay? So sea buckthorn, those things like that, but monitor your pH. Still something could be making you acidic, okay?
Yes. Okay.
All right, and keep up with the pH. What is your pH numbers if you like to share?
Yeah, I can share, but it's not where it's supposed to be. So
See,
that needs to be more of my focus, I know. So thank
yeah. See, it's
thank
one
you
thing.
for saying it.
Sure, no problem. It's just one thing at a time. Really, that is the key to everything, y'all. I remember one time when I was coming true to this knowledge, I was going to I would go to every herb store every day. And I went to this one store who was owned by this gentleman that was helping me through my for my learning, older guy, been around a long time, from like he traveled the world. And I came in one day and I had all this thing about the pH. I said, I'm learning about this pH. And I said, wait a minute, everything you got in this store, if it makes you acid, it's no good for you. He looked at me and said, son, you now know the truth. That's the key to it all. You got to know where you are. It could be one thing that's making you acid. I sit down with folks every day and everyone says, it's something is making me acid. Something's making your body go into that crisis mode. It can be something like peanut butter. It could be hydrogenated peanut butter. It could be those crackers you're eating. It could be anything small that every time you build up, it brings you right on down. Come on back down here, and that throws your pH off. That's why it's important to know your numbers. Know your numbers. Test yourself frequently. Learn yourself. You will start to learn yourself after a while. Okay.
And that's like the one and only thing that I really haven't been doing that in the back of my head, I know I should be. But can you just really quickly just revisit that?
Sure.
Before you eat, after, the times when I should be taking it,
Sure.
and is it 3 times a day?
Absolutely. So whenever you're taking your pH, it's always before a meal. Got it? And when you take it, you have to take saliva and urine. Got it? And when you take the saliva and urine, you get the pH strips, the pH testing strips. Piping Rock is a good company. Okay. And when you take it, you always want to take it. Here's the formula. There's a formula. The formula is you double whatever the saliva number is, you double the saliva, add to the urine, and divide by 3. And that tells you where your pH is. Now, your goal is you're trying to be between where? 6.5 to 7.5. That's your range for pH for the body. Got it?
Okay.
Most people are between 5.0 and 6.0, just to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's
and
me,
that's-
5.8 the last time.
Yeah, that's where most people are. So that means you have to raise that pH by what? It's a hydrogen test. It's an energy test. It's trying to see how much life force is in you. Remember, hydrogen is the greatest source of energy in the universe. So when we have our cells, we have about 150 trillion cells, and each one of them has a little car engine. That car engine is hydrogen. So when we're testing your pH, we're literally trying to find out how much life is inside of you. How about that? Ain't that awesome? That's awesome. That's awesome when you can do this without any doctor or anyone telling you anything. It's something that you can do every day. So you're not guessing anymore. You're not guessing. So what you're doing is checking your pH, once. Some people take it twice a day. Start charting yourself. It's going to blow your mind. Everybody that does this, eventually when they catch up, they were like, you know what? I keep hearing you say this, Big B, all the time. And I never did it until I knuckled down and I started doing it. It is blowing my mind that I'm starting to see what is causing. And every time I took or ate that certain food, man, my knees started hurting. My joints started hurting. My back started hurting. Something like that. It's the body immediately trying to correct itself. So when people are in pain, here's a key word. Here's one thing, and I'm going to let this go. There's one thing when you are in experiencing of any pain, that's the body trying to go after
You're
the alkaline to now bring you back to balance. That's the key. Got it? Keep that in mind. All right?
Thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Kathleen. You got this. You got this. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, and before you start doing it, you do what do you do again? I mean, I'm writing this down so I can put it in.
Okay, you double the saliva,
Right.
add to the urine,
And divide by 3.
divide by 3.
Right.
Yeah, that gives you your pH. You're trying to get between the 6.5 and the 7.5.
Okay.
Now, if you go to my website, you can download a log. I got a log already set up for y'all. So it can check your blood pressure, you can check your pH, you can do your pulse pressure, all of that. You can even do your glucose if you have diabetes. Yep, Big B. Yeah, you fading out a little bit there, Big B.
Yeah, I see. There you go, right there.
Okay.
Big B,
Yeah.
can you put the times in, the before and after the meals?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
In the garage.
So when you start to get this together, let me tell you, it's gonna blow your mind. Let me show you something. Let me show you the chart that I have here. Everybody should be doing this. If you don't know your numbers, this is how you get your numbers. Got it? I'm gonna put this on share screen and I'm gonna show you where these are. Just 2. Let me know when you can see this, okay? Okay, can you see it? Okay, so here's what you want to do, and you can go right to my site and you can make as many copies as you need to. And what you do is put your date in, time. You can also put, of course, your height, weight, things like that, any chronic conditions that you have. And then I would challenge you to put your date, time that you take it. Better times to take the pH would be in the morning, okay? That's a good time and just before your last meal of the day. So it's between, we try to say, don't eat after 7 p.m. So anytime before 7 p.m. before you eat or somewhere, whenever your last meal is, that's a good time. Take your systolic, your diastolic. You know where your blood pressure should be, right? Everybody know where your blood pressure should be? Everybody know where your blood pressure can be? Come on, Frida. I see you, Frida. See
Yeah.
Frida moving her head like this.
Yes.
I see Frida. I'm gonna get you, Frida. Systolic should be. Now, here's the question. What is a good blood pressure? I'm going to tell y'all, I was part of a research study back about 20 years ago when I was actually researching for not only Thomas Jefferson, but I also did one for Stanford University, where we went all over just taking people blood pressure. That was me. I was the one that had a little table. They gave me all these blood pressure monitors, and they said, just go. So we took all this data. And at that time, about 20 years ago, the blood pressure was 140 over 90. Back me up, Dr. Clarinda, and it is Nitha here.
Yeah,
Nitha
she
here
here.
too. Y'all can back me up.
Yeah.
140 over 90 was the normal, not high, normal. And then somewhere after we turned this in, they said, you know what? These folks between 140 and 130 on that top number, if we drop this to 120 over 80, we got them all.
I know that's right.
2003, more numbers jumped higher than anything because more people were put on blood pressure medicine. Got it? So what does that mean? We say your real number is that 140. Just look at that as your barrier, 140 on the top, 90 on the bottom. Really, that diastolic number, that also tells us concentration. So if you're eating too much concentrated foods, things like, the sugar, too much refined sugar, refined salt, or refined oils, it's going to pull the moisture out of your arteries and veins. So whenever we take your blood pressure, when that thing squeezes your arm, it's matching that top number, right? Matching the pressure inside of you. When it releases, now the blood flow back in the arm. The rate in which the blood flows back in the arm is the rate of how hydrated you are. So if they start to get real slow, that diastolic number is going to be sky high. Got it? Some people in the 90s plus, hundreds. That means too much concentration in your foods. Got it? Next one is the pulse pressure. A lot of people don't do pulse pressure, but pulse pressure, not like the pulse, is the distance between systolic and diastolic. On all our software and measurements that we've done in research, there's also diastolic. They give us numbers for pulse pressure, but nobody talks about pulse pressure. Well, pulse pressure is the distance between the systolic and the diastolic. Slide on down. If I slide on down, see right here, can y'all see this, by the way? Am I in the dark, or can y'all see this? All right, we see where it says pulse pressure is the difference between systolic and diastolic.
Okay.
Normal would be 30 to 40. Got it? That's the distance between systolic and diastolic. I gave a chart of what's tearing down. That's another way we can see how your body's tearing down, or if you're in balance. So keep that in mind. So that distance between systolic and diastolic should be between a 30 and 40. That's normal. Got it? All right. Next thing would be, of course, the pulse. Pulse is two rates, resting and active. We want to get the resting rate. This is where a lot of people get tripped up. Get tripped up because when you go get your Big B, when you go to the allopath doctor, what happens? You get in there and they say, Bill Morgan. You go, oh my God, that's me. You get up out of the waiting room.
I didn't do it.
And as you walk out of the waiting room, you walk all the way to the back and you go into the office, and we sit down. What's the first thing they're going to do?
We'll take your blood pressure.
Wrong time to do it. That's
Amen.
right. When we did our research, we did research and showed that going from resting to active state can raise your pressure 30 points.
Wow.
That's right. That means when they're taking it, that can be a wrong number for you. So be very careful. Always rest. Tell them, wait, come on back. Come see me about 15 minutes and then take it twice. Got it? That's what we say. Don't take it right then because you're at an active state. So when you're resting, sometimes your pulse should be between maybe a 50 and a 69. Anything after that, if you're active, can be 70 or higher. Some people will sit in my chair and they'll be sitting and resting. And when I take their pulse, they're at a 70 or 90 or 80 or something like that. That means the heart's overworking. You got it? So that's a sign of the heart overworking. All right. Next thing is the pH balance. That's where the chart is right here. pH. You can put your pH in here. Shows you when your pH is tested in the morning, or like I said, afternoon or evening. Make sure it's before a meal, never after a meal, because if you're taking saliva, if you ate something, it can throw off the numbers. Got it? Last two, weight, and then of course, glucose. If you're diabetic, sometimes you have those numbers and you want to put that in here. Most important thing of all these numbers, I want you to really focus on commenting how you feel. This is very important. Even though it sits there and people sometimes don't fill it out, I want you to really fill this out, because here's what's going to happen. When you start to line up your blood pressure with your pH, you're going to, and your pulse, you're going to notice some things. You're saying, you know what? Every time my pH is really off, I'm not on my game. I'm not talking about my game. I'm not really on the best. But guess what? When my pH goes higher, next thing you know, I'm feeling really good. So it's all about the pH. It's all about the life in the body. And that starts with the hydrogen. That's potential for hydrogen. That's what pH represents, the potential for hydrogen. So keep all those things in mind, family, okay? All right, so grab this off my website, drpaulherbs.com, and you can download as many copies as you want to. But follow this, utilize this as something, share it with your family, and also share it with your doctor. Get your primary. Got it? They need to see where your numbers are. Only way you're going to get off that medication if you know yourself better than everybody else. How about that? Got it? All right. I'm come off the chair, Big B.
All right.
All right. Let some more folks in. All right. Who do you have there, Big B?
Let's see. I guess everybody gone. Anita was there, and
She got
Nathan?
bumped off. She got
Oh.
bumped off. She's trying to get back in.
Okay.
I think she just came back in. Let's see.
I'm in now.
Okay.
There she is.
Okay, well, okay, let's get this. This is from Eva. Eva says, hello, I'm new here to this meeting and have been on here a few times. I love all the information sharing. Anyway, I have allergies and I want to know what I can take for mucus that sometimes won't clear in my throat. Also, many things irritate my eyes, including the air quality outside at times, makes them red and watery.
Okay, I'm going to go into number one, what is allergies?
Right.
An
okay.
overactive immune system. That means that your body is trying to get rid of toxins and it's overflowing. So what do we have to do? We have to clean the lymphatic system, number one. So anytime you're having allergies or reactions to allergies, what is that? That sometimes it's sneezing, coughing, watery eyes, sometimes throwing up. Some people throw up all the time. You know, it's all purging activity. These are all allergies, things that the body's trying to release naturally, trying to release it. So what we want to do is definitely a cleanse is in order. We say colon cleanse, parasite is the first thing that we do, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease. That's food for the soul. We do parasite cleanse, colon cleanse, parasite cleanse, number one. There are some things that you can do, though, to balance out some of these allergies or allergens. One is called bee pollen. I recommend bee pollen. Bee pollen is something that's been used for a long time for being able to balance out whatever you're having an issue with. So, for example, if you have a certain type of flower or nectar that every time you go by, you sneeze. That was me, Big B. When I was little, it was certain I would have I'll be driving in the car and Jaron be in the back. And then we roll by this certain tree and I just start
hacking, huh?
Jaron used to sit in the back of the seat in his car seat and going, Daddy, there go that tree again. So what's happening is that some of us all have something of an allergen. So bee pollen tends to be able to balance that out. That's been used traditionally. One of the many things. If you know what bee pollen is, y'all know what bee pollen is? Anybody know what bee pollen is? Anybody know what bee pollen is?
Okay, anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, bee pollen. Pollen, not brewer's yeast. This is bee pollen.
Bee pollen, yeah.
Yeah. Now this is the granules of when a bee goes out to the nectar. it comes in and it grabs the nectar. Of course, you know, it harvests off the nectar, and then it's all over the body of the bees. Flies back to the honeycomb as he slides in, the nectar slides off the
Up to
body
back.
on the comb. And then when
Right.
it
It
starts to harden, when it hardens, yep,
I see it,
when it
meaning.
hardens, yep, we see it there, yep. When it hardens, they scrape it down, and that's the bee pollen. Now, what you would do though, when you take bee pollen for allergies, you would take it a little bit at a time. You cannot take this full dosage right away. You always want to graduate slowly. So you would start off with a quarter teaspoon. Didn't I say quarter?
A
Quarter.
quarter. I heard
Quarter
that.
teaspoon.
I heard you. I
And
heard
you
you.
put it in salads, you can put it in soup, you can put it in your, cereal in the morning, a quarter, and you slowly raise that as the weeks go. Got it? So 1 week you're going to start off with a quarter, next week you come in with half, then you go and you move forward until you get about 2, if you get to a full tablespoon. Got it? So with that tends to balance out, because apparently whatever the bee went out to all these nectars, that's why we call it Mother Nature's multivitamin.
Uh-huh.
Can't see God.
You ain't looking. I know that's
All
right.
right. So when he goes out to all those nectars, comes back, something in that bee pollen is probably going to balance you out. And it's
Mm.
been very effective and been traditionally used for a long time. Got it? So that's the one that we put high on the radar when it comes to seasonal changes for allergies. Okay.
Okay.
Dr.
Alright.
Paul, could I share something with her real quick?
Sure.
Sure, Bianca, go ahead.
Like over 10 years ago, I had allergies, I mean, really bad, especially in the spring and the fall. And I was taking allergy medicine around the clock. They even wanted to give me injections, and I didn't want to get it. But I forgot where I stumbled on this, but I started removing, well, I'm plant-based now, but when I removed all dairy
Oh yeah.
from my
Absolutely.
diet, my allergies went away.
The
The mucus, everything, the mucus, all of it went away. And that helped me to not do dairy anymore. So I was like on the journey of becoming like a vegan, but not really trying to be one. Because I was lactose intolerant as well. But when I eliminated dairy, all my allergies went away.
Yeah. And you know what it is? It's what they're putting in the dairy. And that's why we're saying to so many people, it's the allergens that they're putting in there.
Yeah.
Remember that's the one that's really, it's the RBGH, recumbent bovine growth hormone. And that's what's it's labeled as RB as in boy, GH. Got it? RBGH. And that RBGH is something that they use to make the calf, they're trying to raise the calf
Faster.
weight to 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
Trying to get it to 1,000 pounds by 1 year. So that's where that little growth hormone is in that milk now. It's getting that milk. So what happens is people take that and they say, wow, I'm gaining all this weight. Next thing you know, they're sneezing, they're coughing, it's all those things. So absolutely, Bianca, that's exactly what we do. Make sure you're staying off the dairy. No dairy. Okay.
Yep.
Big, huge. Okay. Keep that in mind. Thank you so much for that. All right, BB.
Okay. Yes, this is from doesn't have an image, just says Samsung. What can I give my 57-year-old son for spasms in his legs, who is in rehab for partial sarcoma tumor removed from his spine?
Yeah. Structural issues are the first thing I would come to mind. I would have to ask more questions about that one, especially if you have spinal. You said spinal? You said spinal, right? Yeah. You would have to. So what happens there? I would focus more on, of course, hydrogen-based, so green drinks, things like that. Also, I would focus on magnesium and potassium. Okay, magnesium, potassium, and copper. See, that's circulation.
Right.
So you have to rebuild that. And with that, there's certain herbs and things that, that can help you with that. Now, one that has that would be the dandelion root. Also, another one that would be good for strengthening that bone joints ligaments, connective tissue, all that circulation would be comfrey, COMFREY. You know, we talk about these a lot.
Mhm.
Those are things that I would look in the direction of, but I would have to sit with that person. There sounds, it's a lot more questions I would have to probe for with that specific situation.
Mhm.
But those are things that come to mind. Chromium, copper. These are some of the things that have to be, it's a necessity with dealing with that regeneration. So I would say give them my number, you know, make sure you give me a call. We could have a phone conversation or a one-on-one assessment. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Dr. Perry, it doesn't have a name, but it just says Samsung SMA236. Okay.
Okay.
All right, CJ says, what are the best way? I'm sorry, did I miss you, Neither? Were you coming back?
This
You're
on mute.
you're muted, Neither.
I'm back.
Okay. Come on, then we'll go to the next question.
Okay, well, Grand Rising, everyone.
Mhm.
I just want to, as you always say, not to treat, cure, and I don't want to influence, but this is just information that you need to have.
Well,
There you go. That's from Nina
I heard
right
that.
there. This is information. You can see her head moving.
well,
But you know, this platform is great. You know, I've met so many people, and we did not meet personally, but we talked by phone.
Mhm.
And because they call me, I call them, and one day we will meet.
Mhm.
I have to talk to you about that, Dr. Paul, because I have an idea. But
Okay.
anyway, I was speaking to someone who's on the Zoom now. We were talking last night, and I wanted to bring this up just to reiterate. And I was telling her, when you go to the doctor, you have to be a great advocate for yourself.
Yes.
And you can demand certain things for yourself because you are the employer.
That's right.
Not the
That's
other way
right.
around. You are
That's
the
right.
employer, and that physician or his staff is working for you.
That's right. That's right.
First thing you do, you ask them, do you have a manual blood pressure cuff?
Well,
Find that out first, because this young lady having issues, the blood pressure going up and down, because those automatic cuffs do not give you accurate readings. And everyone really, because it's very simple, need to learn how to take your pulse. Very simple to do.
We
When
need
I
to do a class on that. Let's do
Oh,
let's
you
do
know.
a family tree on that. Let's do
yes,
that.
indeed.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I know the pulse socks, you know, give you a reading. I never use it. I do use the pulse socks when I'm checking patients' oxygen levels, but I know other disciplines who go in to see the patients, the other nurses or the PTs, and they use that. And I said, the reason why you really shouldn't use that, because it doesn't give an accurate reading for the pulse. I do it the old-fashioned way, because I tell them all when I go in, I'm old school. I'm going to listen to your heart. And if I hear irregularity or murmurs, if someone doesn't listen to your heart and they see a number, how are they going to tell what your heart sounds like? You know, is it beating too fast? Is it irregular? So demand that it's different if they don't have it, but demand that I want you to take my blood pressure. Okay, you can take it automatic, but I want someone to check it manually and do that. And please do that.
Yeah.
Talking about allergies, Dr. Paul, I'm probably sure you heard of this. I suffered with allergies for years as a kid, hay fever so badly. And in 2012, I started on this supplement that my son introduced me to. And I had not had problems with allergies since, although I'm not taking that supplement now. And the supplement was OPC3. Heard of OPC3? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I took that for a long time. No more problems with allergies. I stopped taking it right now. Well, in the past few years, because it became so expensive. But I'll tell you one thing that I started back on, and that's my L-arginine.
Yes.
Yeah, I started back with my L-arginine. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So that, you know, I think you're talking about the isotonics. My father used to take
isotonic. Yes.
Yep, the isotonics. Yep. The isotonics brand is been around a long time. Those are immune builders, and that's cleaning your blood. You know, that's really what's happening. And that cleans the lymphatic system, moves that stuff out of you so that if there's allergens, they're going to move out of the system.
And
So
also, that's what I started, parasite cleansing.
Yeah.
I started doing parasite cleansing
Yeah.
back then. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around a long time and they got some good stuff. So that's why everyone has to try something. Try something that may work for you. You never know which one may be the trigger that clears everything out. So it's always good to do that. So thank you, Neetha. You always bringing the good stuff. You
And
always
I'll
bringing
get
the
back
good
to
stuff.
you because I've been thinking about this for several months. I gotta say, I'll just tell you real quickly. I'm gonna get off. I said I gotta talk to Dr. Paul because we're on the Zoom. Those who are close by, we need to do a seminar of some sort. Have a nice, healthy, plant-based lunch, and you get a good panel on.
Yeah.
And we'll have to pay, and I know most of them won't mind, but that way we can have a meet and greet.
Yeah, that's right. That was, you know what, Neetha, you are so picking my pocket right now. We call that picking the pocket because we were just talking about that
Good
today.
idea, Neetha.
I had a conversation with about 3 people this week. You remember how I say when things work in threes, that means you got to get it moving.
I know that's right.
And we were talking about the natural woman class because y'all don't know. If y'all don't know, we used to do the natural woman before COVID.
Yes.
I did classes over at the Canaan Baptist
Canaan
Church.
Baptist.
And every Wednesday, man, we used to pack it out. I mean, when we packed it out, we packed it out. I remember one time it was so many people, so many women came through. It was like something like almost 75, 80 women, and we couldn't get into class.
Oh,
and I remember the pastor was like, well, I would let y'all in the main sanctuary, but y'all got the tea and y'all ain't spilling no tea on my rug. So we had them good chairs and we were out in the hallway. I was like, yo, what is, it just shows the need that we need that so well. And yes, I have been entertaining that thought of bringing back the natural woman now that things, of course, calm down. And also the men's gathering. We have a men's gathering class that that we used to do for years. It was an evidence-based program in Germantown at the Eagle's Nest Development Center. So we've been talking about that. Yes, Neetha, you're spot on as usual. You must be picking it up in the spirit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so definitely I agree with you, and definitely wouldn't that be nice to have some healthy food? Would y'all show up? Would y'all really show up?
Absolutely.
Child, please don't even start.
Yes, we will.
We come for the food, Doc, not you. We gonna come for the food.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Neetha. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right, love you.
All
Much.
right.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Dr. Paul, a question. He said, Dr. I'm having a hard time finding the aloe vera gel without carrageenan. Can you recommend one and where I can find it?
Yeah, there's a few that are online. I did find a couple, but again, if it's problem, my first question would be to the person, are you having assimilation problems? Carrageenan, remember, is not a bad thing. It is actually seaweed, but it's for someone who has assimilation problems. So I want to be very clear on that. For some people that just can't assimilate, someone may be diabetic, someone who has weight problems or challenges with weight, that's an assimilation issue. So that would be my first question. There are some that are out there. I say go back to the actual leaf itself and start to grab the actual, aloe vera from the plant itself. That's what I would say. If there's someone that has to have and they can't have the carrageenan, that's what we would do. So there was one brand. Let me see if I can bring that up real quickly and I can bring that to your attention. I did find one. I have to really look for that though. All right. So, but yes, there are some that are out there that have non-carrageenan, but you gotta have something in there to keep it carrageenan. Carrageenan. Let me check for a second here. Okay, go ahead, Big B. Let's grab some more while we go through this.
Okay,
I'm
the
gonna-
woman
I'm gonna look
Cheryl's-
while we're doing it. okay?
Right. Cheryl said that, can you talk about high oleic oils, specifically sunflower?
Yeah, sunflower. Sunflower is good. Okay, so remember the key is what? Refined versus unrefined.
Uh-huh.
Got it? So even if it has certain types of oils, or in this case, acids, this is something that's natural, which you can break down. The problem happens when you're introducing synthetics. That's the problem. So long as it's, it's definitely something that is not been refined. Got it? That's the key. That's the key. Okay, so yeah, some people will go with of course, the oleic acids,
Mhm.
things like that, and they'll say that, yep, it's a problem, but that can be a good thing if it's in its natural state. Got it? It's not bad. It's only bad if it's been refined. Got it? Because each one has a smoke point. And sunflower oil and safflower oil have some of the highest smoke point. Some of the sunflower oil has gone as high as from 450 to 528 degrees. So that means it won't burn. Got it? So that being the case, these are some of the acids and things like that, the oleic acid, the linoleic acid. There's a lot of different ones out there. So I would say they're not bad. They're not bad. It's only bad when you refine it. Got it? That's the key. Okay.
Okay. All right. Summer has her hand up. Summer, you there?
Yep, here I
Okay.
am.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so I have a question. Have you, and you might have mentioned this in the past on some of the other classes that you had, but have you heard of Shilajit?
Mm-hmm. Shilajit. Yep. We did I did a whole show on that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff? Okay, okay.
Yeah. Shilajit is the plant matter. It's the plant matter off of the mountains. It's the plant matter that is considered to be a catalyst for pretty much everything. It's the plant matter that is, when you mix it with other things, it becomes a catalyst and it accelerates
Accelerates. like you were
everything
saying.
else. Yep.
Mhm.
So it would be considered a plant catalyst. So that means that for men, it's excellent for prostate, for testosterone. For women, it's good for declotting, and it's also good for lymphatic system. It's just good for everything because it's taking the best of all plant matter. And it's the gook. It's like a goo. And you actually take it, and it's like you take a little bit, though. Just a little bit of goo will do you.
Mhm.
You put that, and
A
you
little
put
bit
that.
of goo will do you.
Little goo
All
will
right.
do you. Yep, little goo will do you. And they put it in some water, and boom, it accelerates everything. So some people add it to the green drinks. That's just one of many catalysts. We call
Okay.
food catalysts. Also, there's a lot of different ones that are out there that are plant catalysts. Yeah, but those are all good. Okay.
Okay, thank
Now
you.
you can also, let me give you a heads up though. You can also go to, if you subscribe to my Facebook page, Dr. Paul's Holistic Health Network on Facebook, you can go through all the shows because I did label all the shows. And it was last year, Big B, when was that? Like about November?
Yeah,
or-
around there.
It was
Mhm.
about November or October of last year. You can just go through all the shows. You can go right
Okay.
on Facebook, and I labeled all the shows. I would suggest everybody go in there and just listen to the shows. They're great, breakdowns that we do. So
Okay.
you can see it in there. I did label it, so it's on there. She legit.
Okay, thank
right.
you.
Okay,
All
thank
righty.
you. Appreciate you.
All right, Dr. P. There's one here that says, how about cleansing our pets? The dogs and the cats, can you recommend something?
Showing up, you
All
better
right.
now.
All right.
And they say, huh?
Just give.
Absolutely. We do detoxes for dogs and cats also. I get a lot of, believe it or not, I get a lot of people calling about their pets. Absolutely. So we have herbs for dogs. Absolutely. Let me give you a brand. One of my best brands that I look for. You remember I gave that to you? I think I gave it to y'all because I was telling you I was having the detox Indy, my
Yeah,
dog
for Indy, remember?
Yeah. What is it called?
When
The-
you
the
also
name
talk
of
about
the-
giving Indy Crystal Geyser, which helped him along too. Yes.
He don't play around with his water. He like, look, man, look, what is this? I don't drink that. He's more pickier than people are. Yes. Let me see. Liver detox for dogs is what we use. There's one that's if I can find it, I'll see if I can do this. But there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of them. All you got to do is punch in liver detox for dogs, and they're everywhere. You got good stuff.
Dr. Paul, was it 4-leaf rover?
4-leaf rover. That is it. That's it. 4-leaf rover. Yep. 4-leaf rover. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Because I have a lot of herbs from them. And what we do is 4-leaf rover, and let me just show you how good this is. Okay. They're so good that the very herbs they use, I use this one here. Let me show you all which one I use here. Is that person still on the line? Are they still on the line? Did they call in or did they?
No, it was just a question.
Okay, this is a question.
It's
I want to show y'all this one right here. I want to show this one to you. I want to show this to you. Yeah, here it is right here. I'm gonna go on and
it's an iPhone user.
okay, got it. Oh, I didn't know this many people are still waiting here. Sorry about that, y'all. Come on in. All right, here we go. This is one that I use for my dog here. Liver and kidney clean. This one here. It's by 4-leaf rover. Thanks for the heads up there. I would have to go all the way upstairs and grab it. But this is actually used blend with mushroom foods and herbs for normal liver and kidney. Yep. Helps detox extra everyday toxins, supports digestive organs. The animals are having a big problem with this dog food and cat food and bird food.
Yeah.
They're getting the
They're crazy.
salmonella, the listeria, and
Yeah.
the E. coli just like we are. They get it too. So their bodies can handle it a little better, but definitely they need the same things. Look what they have in here. Y'all check this out. Don't this sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yellow dock, burdock root,
Same stuff we be eating.
dandelion root. Don't this sound familiar? Marshmallow root, curcumin, broccoli sprouts, milk thistle, organic mushroom. That sound kind of familiar, don't it?
Uh-huh.
Sound like you could take that. And guess what?
Well,
you probably
well.
could. You probably could do the same thing. That's
Why
all
not?
the herbs that dogs and cats, because you know what? The biggest problem with animals is that they take when people throw them snacks and stuff, they're throwing them like, little, throw them a little chip or something like that. They
Mhm.
throw them these chips, and that
you
stuff is
call-
not good for animals.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be throwing them, people food, because guess what? That stuff has a lot of salt in it. And that salt is bad for their kidneys, especially like cats. You don't want to give them like little, the stuff you're eating, because number one, it ain't good for you either.
Well, no, that's right.
But
Yes.
it's something that can cause them liver damage and kidney damage. And that's what becomes a big problem with the animals also. So, yep, that's what it is. 4-leaf rover. There you go.
Okay.
There's the website right there. That's the one I recommend. They got 15% off auto ships orders, 60-day, 100% money back guarantee, free shipping on orders over $49. It's a good website. And it came fast too. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good.
That's what it
Good,
looks
good.
like. That's what the powder looks like. It's just a herbal powder. Yeah. Also heavy metals. That's one other thing that they mentioned, that of course this stuff pulls heavy metals out of the the dogs, because a lot of the contaminants in dog food can be heavy metals. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay. Hey guys, let me say this to you guys. Don't let the class be the only time you go over this material. Like Dr. Paul says, go back and re-watch the programming in the class over again. And while you're doing that, make sure this is a good time for me to put this in, Dr. Paul. Make sure you send an email to get a copy of the chat, y'all. When you do that, guess what? When you sit down with it in your hand and you can actually watch it. At the same time,
That's right.
you go through, and guess what? It brings things back to you in your brain. All right. So send it. Here we go. Send an email to me, Bill Morgan at mechavideo@gmail.com. That's mechavideo@gmail.com. And of course, to continue to support the family tree, guess what? Use my Cash App. That's $ Bill Morgan. Again, $ Bill Morgan. And if you want to utilize your bank for support, you can use Dr. Paul's ID. That's just Dr. Paul at drpaulearth.com. Or just use my P.O. box over here, guys, which is 191 Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Don't do anything without your chat in your hand.
That's
You see,
right.
when you got it in your hand,
hand.
when you do it that way, you can. You don't have to try to remember, because some of us are getting young and we have no moments, have a youth moment. I said, Lord, I don't remember that. Read it. Okay. Invite your friends, your enemies, your frenemies, everybody. While you have it in your hand. Okay. All right, Dr. Paul.
All right. Somebody asked, I'm going to go on here, Big B. I see a good one. It says, what does ripples on the side of the tongue mean? That's a good one. Who is that? Valencia?
Yes.
Yep. Guess what that means? The ripples on the side of the tongue. We have a tongue diagnosis that we yeah. And we said it's not to diagnose street cure for many disease, but you're telling on yourself, right? That's what the body does. It tells you what's going on, and we look at the whole body. So ripples on the outside of the tongue actually represents malabsorption. You're not assimilating. That's what it means. Yep. Ripples on the outside. That's the ripples on the outside. Maybe if I can find the tongue chart, I'll show you all. But definitely that's one of the ones that we look for. So ripples on the outside of the tongue represents malabsorption. You're not assimilating your nutrients. Okay. That's a good one. And let's see. I was looking for one more. All right. Big B, go ahead with another question if you have. Okay.
Okay, there was one there. Well, let's go. Let's do. Was Summer up top up there? We were talking about. I know. Frida says I don't like honey, but I can't rid myself of my postnasal drip cough, or oregano doesn't work either. So she's looking for some help. Frida.
Okay. Postnasal drip, and that means something's coming out. You're detoxing. So I would recommend an assessment come on in, because if it's still your body's reacting to release something, then definitely there's something that's triggering that. So postnasal drip can be other things, could be something that your body's just feels I still need to get out. So you got to make a checkpoint on all food choices. Something usually I ask people, I say, what is it that you like a lot of? What is it something that you like a lot of? Just make sure we pull off the table all the dairy, right? Right? All the dairy, all of the, chemicals and things like that. Sometimes, family, we got to shut it all down. Sometimes we got to do just fruits and vegetables for a while and just shut it down. That's what I would do. So I would say an assessment would be in order. That I would have to look in, because definitely there would be more questions, especially when the body is the temple. So it tells you what's going on. And if it's still having postnasal drip and it's still consistently happening, that means you're doing something that it still feels needs to be released from the system. So keep that in mind. All right. All right, Big B. What else we have here, buddy? You have anyone? Is that Summer up there? Summer?
Yeah. Summer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I must not have taken my hand down.
Okay, I got you, Summer. No problem. All right. We got Carol G.
You got Carol G.
What's up,
up in the corner.
G? What's up,
Big
girl?
B, Dr. Paul, everybody. Dr. Paul, I'm bringing a family member next week. Is it easier for you if she brings the medication physically, or does it matter if she writes it down or not?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. She can just bring it, just as long as she takes the amount of milligrams that she's taking it for, the actual, medication with the, the actual milligrams that she's taking. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, another question. Somebody's trying to stop smoking. I know it was 2 herbs that you talked about. One was to try to help stop smoking, and the other one was to clear the nicotine or the tar from the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2.
So,
Go ahead.
Yep. So the first one would be not to diagnose, treat, kill, preventing disease, just
It's
food for the soul. That would be lobelia. 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 Yeah,
Yes.
we call that the smoker's herb.
To help them stop smoking.
Yep. That's it. That's what stopped. Now that does both. That pulls, nicotine out of the system, but it also does curb the ability for the desire to have it.
Okay.
So it will do both.
Okay.
And that's one.
Mhm.
You can get into things like holy basil. Okay, these are just I'm just giving some that I don't think I've ever given these out before.
No, I never heard
All
of it.
right. Gotu kola is good. Gotu kola. Uva ursi. We talk about that one for the kidneys. You got it. Uva ursi. UVAURSI.
Mhm.
These are for those. Now, I would recommend that whenever you're doing this, you have to have a prosthesis. We say a prosthesis is in place of, like your glasses, that's a prosthesis, in place of your eyes, prosthetic leg if you have one leg. So in place of that would be to get the person off of smoking, we try to introduce something of a prosthesis, which means every time they have the desire, because we can remove the nicotine, but we cannot remove the ritual and the ceremony.
Right.
You got it? And that's the part that everybody gets hung up on. So the ritual and the ceremony is like, oh, it's 10 o'clock, it's break time, where are my cigarettes? That's what's happening. So we say, take that tea, one of those teas, make a hot tea out of it, keep it hot, keep it with you. So whenever you would go and take that smoke or whatever you're addicted to, take the tea and you do something in place of. Got it? That's basic our prosthesis. There have been studies on prosthesis that will blow your mind. Let me tell you one. There's one that Big B, they did one on weight, on losing weight. And guess what the prosthesis was for losing weight?
What's
They
that?
said, they did in the study, they said, all we want you to do is when you get hungry, and there were people that were just eating a lot, couldn't stop eating.
Right.
We just want you to lick your lips.
Nuh-uh.
And guess what? They had a 90-something% effective rate.
Wow.
So it means that you just have to do something. I don't know if that's gonna work with a lot of people.
My.
That's great.
My.
Matter of fact, that might make people
boy.
more hungry.
I be to hate my lips.
So the effective rate was like 80 to 90% effective with the prosthesis of just licking your lips. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, where in the world was this study done? But that's just to show that sometimes people just have to do something. You have to do something. You're caught in this circadian rhythm where you got to do something. You got to do something. Sometimes you got to do an action. And that action, in this case, would be like taking that tea, drinking that tea. Then you probably forget about it. After a while, you might forget about smoking. So try it out. That's all I can say, family. Try it out.
Thank
It
you,
may
Dr.
work.
Paul.
All right. Thank you so much, Carol G.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right, Dr. Paul is right next up. It's a Zoom user right next to Carol G. There's
Okay.
no name, but are you there? Hello?
Okay.
Zoom
Hello.
user. Doesn't say what, let me see.
Zoom
Okay,
user.
that's me. It's Vanessa.
Okay,
Hey,
Vanessa.
Vanessa, what's
Hey,
going
guys.
on?
Well, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
If I'm doing the green drink, I just want your opinion, basically. I'm doing the green drink and taking a vegan multivitamin. Is that too much, or what's your opinion?
You don't need it. It depends on what you're, of course, what you're sufficing for. I would ask, number one, what's in it? What are your goals? Number one.
Okay.
Number two, what's in the vegan multi? That's
Okay.
what I would ask. Because here's the thing, whenever you're taking, the key is, remember, it's always about the pH. So if you want to take an herb, always understand what they're used for. When the green drink is a multivitamin, it's a meal replacement, meal supplement, and it's a multivitamin because you're getting the dynamics of land and sea. And that's probably what the vegan is also. So I would check into there because sometimes you'll be overlapping and you don't want to overlap. If you overlap, then that means you're taking too much of one thing, and then your body may have to say, now you're giving me too much. I just want this, but now I got to work extra hard to get rid of what I don't need. So that means people start to get a little fatigued. So some people will say, I'm taking this multivitamin, I'm feeling tired. I shouldn't be feeling tired. That's because you didn't need it. Got it?
Okay, gotcha.
So what you want to do is take just what the body's asking for. Remember, the strong woman and the strong man is not the one with the most stuff. It's the one that has the balanced stuff. Got it?
I heard that.
Got you. Got you.
So-
Okay, next question. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Next question, your opinion, Himalayan sea salt or Celtic sea salt?
Himalayan, definitely. Much better. Yeah.
That's what I
Sea
thought.
salt is good. Himalayan just happens to be the highest of all of the salts, meaning that it comes from the mountains of Nepal, which is Mount Everest and all those highest mountains in the world. Got it? And when you're looking at the salt itself, with its color of pink represents the fact that that's pure, that's iron. That's iron. That's ancient iron. So with that, that's a good blood cleanser. It's also good for skin. It's good for bathing. It's good for digestive enzymes. If you want to put a pinch of that in your water, you just created an energy drink. It's just so many things that thing does.
Okay, got you. Now, also, you mentioned the green drink is like a meal. Sometimes I have my breakfast with my green drink. Is that doing too much?
No, not at all. We just talked about how, nowadays things are rituals and ceremonies. They found out in 1947, remember, 47, food doesn't have 47% of its nutrients in 47. So what does that mean? There's no nutritional value, and that when we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's more of a ritual and a ceremony. You really didn't get
Okay,
anything
got
out of it.
you.
So that's why I say with the spraying and the pesticides and the chemicals and all the stuff they're doing to the food, it's really suppressing our immune systems, and we're not getting it. So that's why you got to bypass the immune system. By having a green drink, it bypasses the gut and goes directly into the bloodstream. Now you got it. Some people, even after a while, you notice it. You say, wow, as soon as I took the green drink, I felt it go right through me. Boom, I'm back. I got my game back. As opposed to where, some people wake up and say, wow, it's going to be a long day. I'm going to be really tired. And now you can control that because now you're bypassing the gut. So that's where the green drink comes in very well. It has an effective assimilation process, which means it's bioavailable. Okay.
Okay. Now, last question. What is your Facebook account? Because I want to look at Facebook tomorrow and just hear the whole program again.
I just put it in, Vanessa.
Yeah.
It says info for Dr. Paul's Health Network. Again, send an email, guys, to me to get a copy of the chat, and you get all the information but it's there right now. And if you click on it, it should probably take you there if you're on Facebook.
Yeah. And what you can do is you can go there and see all the past shows. So this it's the one place where you can see everything. You can see the family tree. You can see the Dr. Paul Holistic Health Hour, which is on WURD on Saturday mornings. And you can also see the Green Hour. So it's the one place where you can get everything.
See everything.
And we've been doing that for what, about 4 years?
4
now?
years,
We
yeah,
got
about 4 years.
or at least 4 years of stuff on there that y'all can just have fun with. And we name all the stuff. So all of the shows are named and the topics and everything. So it's really something that so make sure you go in and you got to join. And in most cases, you may have to ask maybe one question or something. And I may ask you a question like, what is your, goal or something like that. Send me an invitation and I'll usually open it up and bring you into the private chat. Okay. Into the private platform. Okay.
Oh, great. Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Dr. Paul, is there a way, someone asked me about this, is there a way to calculate the amount of the Himalayan salt that you put in? Because some folks say, well, that's too much. If you use one of those things where you scritch it like this, you get too much salt, especially for folk who have blood pressure.
Yeah. I would say, remember, this, you asked a loaded question there. Okay. First off, number one, the question for those who have high blood pressure, you've been told always what? You got high blood pressure, stay away from
Stay away from salt. Yes.
That's the worst advice that you could ever get.
Yeah.
That's the worst advice. You need salt. You got to have salt. Salt is what allows the cells to communicate and to ground your charge to hold the energy in the body. And that's very critical for the liver. But it's not the salt. It's what they're doing to the salt. Got the wrong salt. What they should be is identifying the difference between refined versus unrefined. When they refine the salt, they bleach it, shock it with chemicals, add these artificial iodines, and that's the bad salt. That's sodium chloride. That's literally a bleach. It's literally a bleach. Got it?
What we take is better.
So that's where you got to stay away from those. Got it? You need salt though, because the Most High God said what? You the salt,
of the earth.
How can you be the salt of the earth and you can't have salt? Somebody lying. Somebody is lying. Got it? So here it is. It's stay away from the refined salts. Got me? Got me? So you want unrefined, because who's the greatest converters? We are. The converters.
Right.
We are the ones that convert energy. So when we take it in this raw state, your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, we break it down and then we take that energy. And when we get rid of it, that's refined. Got it? So that's one. The other part of your question was, what was the other part of the question again?
It was about how do you when you dispense it, can you over dispense?
Right. Well, here's what you want to do. Remember, Himalayan salt has 84 to 90 minerals in it. So you don't do it like regular salt. When you see people going like this, no, that's way, it never was like that. And anybody know their grandmama and them, they used to say pinch. You don't even hear pinch no more. You don't even hear pinch. That's considered a 1/8 is a pinch, your pinch. They say a pinch of salt. You'll see that in all those old, back in the day. That's because they were using real salt.
Yes.
And then when they got into the refining, that's when everybody started doing all this. Too much. Just a pinch is all you do until you graduate to what you feel and you understand to have enough. We got to re-educate ourselves with salt again. Definitely.
Okay. Dr. Paul, this is important because you're right on this thread with the salt. Every once in a while in the Dollar Tree, they'll have in the food aisle, they'll have salt 84, the Himalayan pink salt fine in the bag, the same one they have in Whole Foods. So I know how we find Crystal Geyser in the Dollar Tree. So whenever I've seen this, I've grabbed it because it's $5 in the, so this is a good brand, I would hope.
I'm telling you, all that stuff is good. Y'all better put y'all goggles on and start shopping good.
It's
all about what you know.
I know that's right.
You only knew that because you were in Whole Foods. And you said, wait a minute.
That's
they
the same brand.
Not much more. And it's right inside. Same brand, same thing.
Because I got 5 bags of it. Thank you very much.
Well, excuse me. Excuse me, come on.
I also soak my feet in it too. Also soak in it, put it in the bathtub.
Well, hallelujah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Good stuff.
Look in the Dollar Tree, y'all. Look in the Dollar Tree.
All right, now we're about to run out of salt and Crystal Geyser now. Tavarin and set us out.
Good boy, I'm telling you. All right, Bianca says that my nails are not improving. What can I do for thin splitting nails? And we're about 4 minutes out.
Hey, you know what I would do? We just talked about this holistic health thing with this pink salt. You can give your nails a salt bath with just that Himalayan salt. How about that? It's called brine. We talked about brine not too long ago, about brine. And ladies, you can use this as a brine. You take about a mason jar and you would fill it about 3/4 high. You would take about 3 to 4 Somebody's on there. So
Laura
3 to 4.
Rogers, can you unmute yourself,
Yeah, we
please?
got
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, good.
And 3 or 4 tablespoons of salt in the water and just let it sit for about 3 or 4 days. And then when it gets cloudy, that's now brine. So that's one of the most effective forms of detoxing the skin that you could ever do. But it also is good for the nails. So you can take that brine, put it in a little, hand bowl, and then put them in there for a few minutes a day. And guess what? Strengthens the nails. That's one thing that's good. So that can be one thing. Also, you're looking for herbs that actually strengthen the hair, the skin, and the nails. One would be horsetail. That's traditionally used, horsetail. Also sea buckthorn. Also MSM. Those are the ones that we use. Yeah.
Okay. I
Mhm.
have the MSM. I've been taking that, and my sea buckthorn should be here any day now.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Paul, I am so glad you just mentioned this is Nita, and I just had to jump in here because you mentioned sea buckthorn, because I was going to mention that later on in a few weeks because I have an ingrown toenail and I take care of it myself. But something said, start putting some sea buckthorn on your toenails. So I started doing that, decrease the pain in my toe. And I said, wow. So I have a routine now that, I just take the dropper and go in there and rub it on in. And
I'm telling you, man. Go ahead, Nita. Go ahead, Nita.
My toenails.
Hey,
So what happened to your
like a
toenail
skull.
after that? It fixed it?
Yeah, I don't have pain because I have a ingrown toenail and I've had it for years, and I take care of it myself. I go in and take care of that. I know what I'm doing with my.
And Bianca, you don't need to wait for your sea buckthorn. You can probably go over Nita's house and just pick it up. You probably got 30, 40. You probably got 30, 40 bottles over there.
No. Put the address in the chat. Just put the address in the chat.
She got more than an herb store now.
Oh boy, y'all a mess.
They got the OPC, the sea buckthorn. Just put the address in the chat, please.
I plan to live till I'm 102.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Nita, keep hanging in there. You be right behind my mother-in-law. She just turned 100.
Oh, go ahead.
That's right.
And I plan to continue.
What's her name,
to work.
That's Mabel Boone, y'all. We call her Sugar.
Wow.
Yes, sir. She just turned 100 years old. She just as spicy as they come.
God bless her.
Hey, why you think I'm fast like I am?
Yeah.
Since we come, I be rolling, man.
Oh gosh.
Awesome. Well,
hey, listen, Dr. Paul, real quick. Someone said they want to make sure that we don't just, I guess, so stop having the classes on Zoom because they will be very, very sad. They don't. That's not what Dr. Paul meant when he was talking about us coming together.
Yeah, because
it's gonna always.
Yeah, we got a now international market. We have people that are chiming in from all over.
From all over the world now, guys.
Yeah, all over the world now. So it's that's why we have to really talk about it. And so we'll be doing some things that are
yes.
We're gonna be doing some traveling too. So we're gonna be doing some traveling. So we're gonna be going to maybe a neighborhood near you.
Well, and while you talk, Dr. Paul, put in since Prophet is not here, where you get the green drink.
Okay,
because someone wants to know where you get the green. That's Eva. I know you asked that question. Okay.
Everything. Yes, I will.
Okay, we are at 8:59. So once you put that info in the doctor, I know it. We don't want to leave the house, but we are at that point.
All right, I got something for y'all.
Okay,
All
before you leave.
And I just got this from my son. And we've been working. Y'all know we do the music thing, and we just finished a video. And I wanted to debut it with the family today. I have not seen this, by the way, Big B. Jaron, my son, we shot this video months ago, and he just finally finished it. And he said, Dad, I want to shoot it over to you because I want you to let the family tree see it. And, I'm proud of him and all his work and everything. So I wanted to debut that for y'all. I don't know what this is or looks like. He just sent me a Dropbox. So I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad.
Shall we pray? Hallelujah.
So I'm unboxing this at the same time as you're seeing this. I'm seeing this. I don't know what this is. I just know we go out to the shoots and we do all the stuff. And he says, I got it, Dad. I'll do it. So
Well, I trust Aaron, so let's go.
So
Let it
let's-
rock.
Trust him too. He's a sweetheart.
Yes, yes. So
Go
I'm
on and
gonna
dress
let that play. And then after that, we're gonna come back and we're gonna close out. All right.
All right,
This is
all right,
one of
all
my
right.
Favorite songs. This is the remember I did the piece for my wife, which was a little piece. It was Night and Day. Y'all remember?
Yeah.
Night and Day? That one, right?
mhm.
So we decided to do a video and I hope you like it. All right. So let me pull it up. Big B.
Yeah, buddy. Bring it
And-
on.
Yeah, let it on. All right. Share it.
We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. Do. See.
All right.
Co-
Let me know
co-
if you can hear it. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Can you see it?
yep, we
Everybody
can see it. Aaron, you hit the bad butter roll. There you go.
Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Night and day, night and day, under the hide of me, there's an such a hungry yearning burning inside of me. And this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. Night and day, under the heart of me, there's an such a hungry yearning burning inside of me. And this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. Under the inside of me. Day and night, night and day. Day and night, night and day.
Okay, I see you, Dr.
All right.
See?
That is a hit.
I told you. He's a downright fly, y'all. I tell you, boy.
Yeah,
When I grow up, I'm gonna be just like you, homie.
I gotta say this.
Jazz.
I gotta
Don't
give
tell
thanks
me
shout
that.
out to my son because my son did a great job. He made me look good.
My man.
I was
Man.
on pins and needles over here like, oh my God.
Darren would not embarrass you. No,
At all, man. No, man.
Smooth, that was smooth as silk.
Were you actually in Mexico? Was that really in Mexico?
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was in-
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
in-
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I
Was that
in,
your cat in the window?
No, that was actually me in the window with a hat on.
Oh, man.
That was beautiful.
See.
So what
Right.
happened is, yeah, we were
Say,
in,
Carol G, I'm gonna be just like him when I grow up.
we were in Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah,
and,
that was smooth as silk.
Yeah,
That was
thank you.
that was really nice.
Are you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna submit it?
Wearing them hats too.
Are you gonna submit it to a record company or something?
Yeah, we're gonna submit
Record
it
it.
out. I'm actually on my own record label. I have been a music publisher for a long time. I used to back in the day. I used to produce records for a lot of people that have been out. That's prior to being a naturopath. I was signed to Columbia Records when I was about 19 years old.
Oh my God.
He's a bad boy.
Talented. You
Boy.
were
And I used to
talented.
do this.
Wow.
And we used to do
It's
all
Mars
this.
Day, too.
We used to do. Be quiet, boy.
That's right. Tell him.
We used to do all the mixes down in Philadelphia, like Studio 4. Studio 4 was the studio I used to work out of.
Yeah.
And we did Crisscross, we did the Fugees, we did Boys to Men. I remember I used to drive Boys to Men around in the car because they were too young. They were too young. They were too young to drive, so I had to drive them back.
All right, Dr. Paul.
They didn't have
All right, buddy.
license. So we just, this is part of something that my son is, I'm helping him with his career as a director, and he's been just knocking it out the box every time I see him.
Jared is my man. That's
So
my
I just
man.
want to say thank you to my son publicly because he's like, Dad, you were worrying me. And I was like, yo, you gotta
That's
get it
right.
done.
Get it done.
Get it done. How much food? I was like,
Yeah, that
how
was
much-
awesome. Awesome, Dr. Paul. Awesome.
Thank you so much. So
Sometimes-
it's going to be out real soon. I just want to share it with the family. You got a preview, and when it comes out, we'll put it out and we'll show you where you can actually download it and do all those things. So it officially is not released. That was just today. He just finished it today and sent that to me, and I just wanted to share that with the family.
Hey,
So-
the family and the rest of the world is watching the family tree.
Yeah. We just watched the family tree. You see the whole video, right? How about that?
Dr. Paul, is he in school for that?
Yeah.
Yes. He's at
Oh, yeah.
Drexel. He's at Drexel University. He has a full ride scholarship. He has what's called he won the Liberty Scholar Award that Kathleen Drexler gives out she gives out about 65. When she was, of course, she has two schools, Drexel and Xavier, and she does a sort of like for minority scholarship called the Liberty Scholar. And he won it. He won it hands down.
That's what's up.
And he has
That's
great
what's up,
grades.
y'all.
Full ride, 4-year scholarship. Papa proud over here. You
Yeah,
all right,
wow.
you should that.
I wonder why.
And Mama
Papa
Lisa.
proud.
Can't
Mama
leave Lisa
Proud.
out.
Yep, Mama Proud. And also, I want
Hey,
y'all to do one more thing for me. If y'all can do something for me, because she's going to see this later on. Mama Lisa, Queen Mother, it's her
Well,
birthday tomorrow. Let's
no!
give
Yeah, buddy.
yeah,
Happy
yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Lisa.
birthday, Lisa.
All right.
Still
Yeah.
kicking.
Anymore.
So, yeah.
Happy
so-
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Lisa.
birthday. She's a
Yeah,
trooper. She's a
Yeah.
trooper.
I know that's right.
She a trooper to deal with me. I'll tell you that.
Ain't that the truth? Hallelujah.
Hey, Big B, watch it.
Lisa.
I believe that.
You know my way. Yep.
Hallelujah. Yes.
All right. Well, I thank y'all so much. As
Oh, we
always,
thank you.
thank you so much for your appreciation. But I say, if there's any other place you want to do it and share things with, it's your family. That's
That's
what
right.
I
That's
consider
exactly right.
everyone here a family. And with that, we open up ideas and creativity. If you have a young person that is in school now that's interested in the Liberty Scholars, let me know. I'll put them down with it. You may have a young one that can get a 4-year scholarship. My son is always trying to put his buddies down and they just don't want it. He's like, Dad, I don't understand what's going on.
Oh,
4-year scholarship. It can be anything.
How
Anything.
young is young? What age?
That
is
means coming out of, the person may be in high school right now. If they're in high school, they can apply for the Liberty Scholars, and for a 4-year college, it's, you got to submit an essay and some criteria things. But if they're even if they're in 9th and 10th grade, I would still pursue it and just kind of get them prepared, because all of those records mean something when you're moving forward to applying for college. I used to tell my son all the time, your 9th grade, they're going to start looking at everything you do. So from 9th grade, 10th, 11th and 12th, he was on point. I kept him on point. So with that, when he got to that scholarship time, they said, come on right on in here, young man.
That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
Do they
thing.
have to still be in school?
No. They can actually be someone that if they're trying to get it's usually students coming out of school. Some people, I don't know, that's a good question. If they actually maybe or not, if they maybe skip the year or something like that, I don't know. But I can tell you, I can give you the information about that and maybe forward you a link and you can maybe check it out online. I'm sure it's online. You can check it out. It's called Liberty
let
Scholars.
me know. I know some young folk.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right,
Thank you,
family. Isn't that
Dr.
awesome? Isn't it awesome? There's a lot of great opportunities out here for young folks.
Here's for Lisa. Here's for Lisa, Dr. Lynch.
Mhm. Oh! All right, there go Lisa. Yeah.
Yes, Lisa.
Just how much it love you, and I'm sure you would agree.
Yes.
But could you more perfectly
Uh-huh.
than to have a world party on the day you can see. Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday
So I feel like that
30
fast.
seconds delay when you try to sing on Zoom.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, you all could let that pass.
Y'all is the best. I'm telling- All right, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
buddy.
wrap it up. Big B, give them one more time the information how they can support the
Yeah.
family tree and how to get today's chat. And
Okay, guys, as
all
we
the
always say, to
information.
make sure you get a copy of tonight's chat. Guess what? Send an email to me. That's Bill Morgan at meccavideo@gmail.com, meccavideo@gmail.com. To make sure you continue to support the family tree, guess what? Use my Cash App, guys. That's $ BILMORGAN. And you want to utilize support through the bank using Zelle. That's Dr. Paul, that's drpaulherbs.com. That's Dr. Paul, drpaulherbs.com. Or the P.O. Box, guys. And that's the P.O. Box 191, Mulligan Hill, New Jersey, 08062. P.O. Box 191, Mulligan Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your friends, bring everybody ahead to the family tree every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Hey, guys.
All right, I want to say thank you, everybody. Put your hands together for yourself.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything this evening, y'all?
As always.
All right. I
Yeah,
want to say,
buddy.
without a doubt, I want to give a shout out to the #1, the host with the most, Big P. Bill.
Yeah, buddy. Yo. Yeah, love everybody. Love you all. Love you all.
And like I
Hey,
said,
Diane.
we don't charge you with anything but other than the truth. Go
That's
share
right,
this
that's right.
information. Go tell it and share the link. All right? God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing,
you gotta stop.
That's right. Hey.
Marcy said, tap I better tap because Marcy gonna get me. Marcy gonna get me.
I know that's right. I know that's right, buddy.
Tap, 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 tap.
Hey.
Tap, 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 tap. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Come on down, come on down, come on down. Tap, 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 tap. That's how y'all get that beautiful skin, y'all. Come on down. Come on, tap, 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 tap. Underneath your collarbone. 27, that's your kidneys right there. Good. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Come on, left and right. Left side is what? Tap, tap, tap.
Yep.
Pancreas and your spleen.
There you go. Yeah.
Your gallbladder, your liver.
Good. Left tap, tap, tap. On the hand, to the back side. On the inside. That's right. On the other side. Tap, tap, tap. On the inside. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe in.
Yeah.
Breathe out. All right. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right. Clap it up. You gotta get that energy going. And come stay together. Clap. Clap. Go ahead. Clap. Clap. Get that energy going. Feel that heat?
Yeah.
And stop, and this is called the energy bath. Put it on down the arm, you can feel it. Don't touch yourself now. Don't touch yourself. Don't touch yourself, go all the way down. That's right, cleanse yourself. Clap. Clap, with good intentions, right, Big B? Good intentions.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Good. Clap. You get to the headaches, pains, with shoulders, knees, hips, joints, bringing energy to those areas of the body. You can bring somebody else that energy too. You can take it like this and go, put it over your children so they stop acting so crazy.
Well, what can I tell you?
One more time. Clap. And clap. And stop. Move the top one, keep the bottom one still. And do you feel that energy?
There you go.
Take that. Bless yourself. And God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thanks for tuning in to the Family Tree.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Bless y'all. God bless y'all. Love y'all much. See y'all.
See you on the weekend, Dr. Page. All right, Dolores, Bianca, Rosetta, Marcy, Linda, go. Hey, nah.
If you can't feel this music, you better check your phone.
Well, hallelujah. Yeah.
What's up, Manu? I see you, buddy.
Thank you, Dr. Paul, Bill.
Yeah, always.
Marcy. What's up, Rosetta? Dolores. All right, Bianca. We'll see you, all right? Hey, what's up, Wade? I ain't seen you in the big bro. What's up, man?
Yeah. All right now.
All right, Big C, we're gonna count it on down.
Yeah. 10.
10,
Work it out.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Go Bianca.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see y'all next week on the bed.
Good night.
Family praise. Uh-huh.
Good night, everyone.
All right.